Hello, my name is Dennis O'Reilly and I am the head of schools for Leman Academy of Excellence. I am so glad you are looking our way as a possible choice of education for your child. If you and I were together at an information session, I would start our evening out by saying something like this. At Leman Academy, we have many great components to our educational program that make Leman Academy an excellent choice for your scholar, such as our classical educational model. The best of Charlotte Mason influences the curriculum. We educate the whole child, and we believe partnering with the home is critical for greater scholar success and achievement. Amazingly, I haven't mentioned the best piece of Leman Academy's educational program, and it's the one aspect of our program that no other school system has in the country, and that's the educational principles and philosophy of Dr. Kevin Leman, a practicing psychologist for over 40 years and an author of over 60 books on parenting, marriage, and family, and someone who truly understands the dynamics of what a healthy relationship between a parent and their child should look like. Dr. Leman believes it's paramount to have high expectations for every scholar, that encouragement, vitamin E, reigns for every learner, that learning be fun, and that parents, scholars, teachers, and leaders partner and work together. And finally, that Leman Academy hired teachers who have a big heart and really care about young people and emphasize the uniqueness and giftedness of every scholar in their classrooms. By the way, it was Dr. Leman who came up with the term scholar for your child as a learner in our school. Dr. Leman's educational philosophy is interwoven throughout our approach to classical education, and he himself comes to our professional development sessions to instruct the teachers on its finer points and principles for application. It is what truly makes Leman Academy of Excellence unique and different from all other schools. What I love about the classical educational model is the approach it takes to teaching young people based on the developmental stage of where the child is at in their growing years, with young people learning in 3 stages known as the trivium. And the first stage of learning, the grammar stage, is grades kindergarten through 4th grade, where a child is naturally adept at memorizing and the mind is ready to absorb great amounts of information. And then you have the logic stage for grades 5th through 8th grade, where the scholars are naturally curious and question what they are learning and want to know the why of something and the logic behind it. It's during this stage that scholars learn reasoning and informal and formal logic, so they learn how to express themselves in a way to support the logic behind the why. And the final stage of learning is for scholars who go off to high school, and it's called the Rhetoric Stage, and scholars become independent thinkers and learn the art of expression. Here are some other great components of our classical educational program. Spanish is taught in grades kindergarten through 2nd grade. Latin is taught starting in 3rd grade, and logic is taught in 7th grade. Speaking of Latin, I want to share with you some of the amazing benefits that come with the study of Latin. And studies show that just by having 2 years of studying Latin, one's English vocabulary may increase by as many as 20,000 words, along with, of course, a greater understanding of the English grammar, as well as a scholar's reading skills, study skills, and math problem-solving abilities have been shown to increase just by studying Latin. We should have all studied Spanish and Latin when we were in elementary school. Its benefits are astronomical. We also offer scholars the 3 R's. I bet you're thinking, but of course you do, Mr. O'Reilly. Beyond offering reading, writing, and arithmetic, and by the way, our math program is the Saxon Math. And we start with kindergarten scholars learning 1st grade Saxon Math all the way to 8th graders who will take Saxon Algebra 1. But I am talking about another 3 R's. Recitations, read-alouds, and recess. Scholars need to have recess, or what we call a brain break, which we offer to all of our scholars. And the read-alouds offer the scholars a rich text that is 1 to 2 grade levels above them that offers significant discussion, thinking, and new vocabulary. And can you imagine your 5-year-old having to learn a poem or passage and having to recite that poem back to his or her classmates? All of our scholars from grades kindergarten through 8th grade memorize a poem to say back each month to their peers. and our 8th graders learn such passages as the Gettysburg Address or I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King. What I love about our recitations is that they build on a young person's self-confidence and self-esteem. At Leman Academy of Excellence, history is the backbone of our classical educational program, where literature, art, music, and science are organized around the time period being studied by our scholars, so that our 1st and 5th graders study ancient times. 2nd and 6th grade will study the Middle Ages, our 3rd and 7th grade scholars study early modern times, and then the 4th and 8th graders are studying modern times. The scholars will get 2 full years in each of these time periods, with a deeper study happening the second time around in the logic stage of learning. I would be remiss not to mention our science program, which is amazing and robust, with our scholars focusing on a core science subject throughout their years here at Leman Academy. Here's what we offer our scholars. 1st and 5th graders take Earth and Space Science. 2nd and 6th graders take Biology. 3rd and 7th grade will study Chemistry, and our 4th and 8th graders also study Physics. At Leman Academy, we believe in educating the whole child, and that includes not only who our scholars are as young people today, but more importantly, who our young people grow and become tomorrow. And so we are intentional in discussing and teaching the scholars different values and virtues every month of the school year, because we want to pour into them as people. And it's through character building that we start growing our future leaders for tomorrow. So we look at the values and virtues of what excellence and respect looks like, or perseverance, or honor and citizenship, truth, beauty, and goodness, which is also a part of our classical model of instruction, justice and service, integrity and loyalty, courage and trust, just to name a few. Every month in grades kindergarten through 8th grade, we are covering these values and virtues, whether it's through discussion, the literature the scholars are reading, through examples of those who came before us in history, or even from today's current events. We believe it's vital that we build into our scholars those values and virtues that speak back to having a high level of character and integrity. And finally, we have included in our curriculum other unique ways for our scholars to learn and grow, such as having a trip to Washington, D.C. for our 8th graders, or having a wax museum exhibit where our 4th grade scholars portray a person who was instrumental during the World War II era by researching that historical individual and dressing out in order to educate those who may venture into the museum. The scholars do an amazing job, or by having an 8th grade etiquette dinner dance that has scholars learn the proper way of dancing and manners, and the parents of the 8th graders will cook, host, and serve their child in an evening of both great entertainment and education that benefit the scholars for a lifetime. Most importantly, at Leman Academy of Excellence, we purpose to partner with supportive parents. And by working together, we will see your scholar grow and mature into an amazing young person right before our eyes. And we will get your scholar ready for what is next in their life, high school. Thank you for spending this time with me, and please give the Leman Academy campus of your choice a call and find out when they might be having an information night or when they might offer a tour. Thank you.